Good day, everyone. So today, as you all know, my name is Shows Divine. So today we are treating an important topic in biology called first aid. Now, as a biology student, you don't only have to be seeing yourself in the classroom. A biology student is also meant to work in a hospital and all other health organizations. So you have to master first aid. It's very much important in biology. And again, you should also know that bio is life and life is bio. So once biology has to do with life, you have to know everything about the body, including first aid, because it is an important aspect of life. Now, what is first aid? First aid is the immediate treatment or help given to a victim or a patient with any available substance or any available thing. Now, when I talk about any available substance, when giving first aid, first of all, accident is an unplanned event. So you don't plan for first aid materials around. So you have to look for a way to give first aid to that patient with anything you see. So now that is first aid. So what are the importance of first aid? Number one, you save the life of the person, you prevent more blood loss, you save the person from a lot of things. So that's one of the major importance of first aid. Now, we have things that you are not supposed to do as a good health practitioner or as a good biology student, as a science student. When administering first aid, there are things that you are not supposed to do. For example, what are those things that you are not supposed to do? You are not supposed to talk to the patient or the victim harshly. When administering first aid, these are things that you are not supposed to do. So there are things that you are not supposed to do as somebody that is administering first aid. Some of these things, there are a lot of things, but I just listed out a few. Some of these things are: do not talk to the victims harshly. If you talk to the victims harshly when administering first aid, this will worsen their situation. We also have: do not place the victim near a source of danger. For example, if you are administering first aid to an epileptic patient, you don't place that victim near the fire or water. For another example is when someone has accident, you don't go and start administering first aid to that person in the middle of the road. So do not place the victim in a source of danger. Then do not discomfort the victim. For example, you are very much angry while administering first aid to that person. You are not supposed to be angry in the first place. Don't come and be pushing or dragging the person anyhow. It will lead to or worsen the situation of the person. If it is someone that has a dislocated arm, if you push that person, it will worsen the situation of that person. So right now we are going to be looking at examples of some of these little accidents and how you can administer first aid to them. One of the examples is what? Snake bites. How do you administer first aid to someone that is bitten by a snake? First of all, as a good health practitioner and as a good science or biology student that's working in a hospital, or maybe you're at home, they just call you because they just perceive that you know something about science. How do you administer first aid to someone that is bitten by a snake? Number one, the first thing to do is to locate the point where the venom was transferred into the body. What's the point where the point of the snake bite? First of all, you locate the point of the snake bite. Once you locate the point of the snake bite, number two is to what? Once you locate the point of the snake bite, the next thing you do is to what? Allow the victim to be still. Why do you allow the victim to be still? If you allow the victim to shake or move about, the venoms will spread through the blood around all parts of the body. So once you locate the point of the snake bite, you allow the victim to be still, and the next thing you do is to apply a tourniquet. A lot of people will be confused when we talk about tourniquet. Tourniquet is simply something like this. Yes, tourniquet is something like this. When administering first aid to someone that has a snake bite, you tie a tourniquet above the region of the bite, above the region of the affected area. Something like this. If this is an arm, you have a snake bite like this. You have a snake bite like this. This, let's just say this an arm of somebody. This is where you are going to tie the tourniquet from. You tie the tourniquet above the region of the snake bite so that you can when you tie the tourniquet above the region of the snake bite, you will press the nerves against the bone, and once you do that, it will stop the flowing of blood, so the venoms will not spread through the blood. And what the next thing you do, once you apply a tourniquet to the region of the snake bite, you cut the point of the snake bite. Yes, this is the snake bite, this is the point, this is the point of the snake bite. Once you apply this tourniquet, you bring something like a razor or a knife, and you cut this point, you cut it open. The reason why you cut it open is to suck out the venom through the blood. Once you cut it open, the next thing you do is to do what? To start sucking the venom out of the blood, either with your mouth. Note, someone that has a sore, like a wound in their mouth, is not advised to suck out this venom, because if you try it, the venom will pass through the blood of that person, through that wound that you have in your mouth, and affect you. So that is one of the ways, the simple and easiest ways to administer first aid to someone that has a snake bite. And once you do all this thing, you look for the available hospital and you rush the person there.